Hello and welcome to Bachpan Manao. Last year, Ek Step Foundation and NDTV came together to recognize the opportunity of early childhood. The focus for first year was all about creating awareness about this opportunity. Now in the second year, we're officially moving from conversation to action. And what better place to kick things off than right here at Makala Hava or Children's Festival in Bengaluru at the historic Freedom Park. Now here is where NDTV is once again joining hands with Bachpan Manao to not just talk about childhood, but to also dive headfirst into its celebration with action. We've taken their natural instincts and arranged them into 8 areas. They matter the most in early childhood and is from their perspective. These 8 areas are simple and very actionable in the simplest settings. But our aim is to nurture these 8 areas and celebrate them. Because when we see and observe growth through these 8 areas alongside our children, we aren't just having fun, but we're making sure we are building strong foundation for their learning and future. Okay, let's get started. Joining me at this vibrant Makala Haba are 2 very special guests. First of all, we have model, actor and mother of 2 lovely children, Neha Dhupia. Hello!
Hi.
Very warm welcome.
The fact that you call my children lovely, thank you very much. Bas,
Of course.
maaf aur kya sunna hai?
And now we are also joined by our second guest here, Deepika Mugli Shetty, Chief Policy and
Thank you
Partnership.
for having me.
Ek Step Foundation. A very warm welcome to these lovely ladies. Now, of course, we've talked about these 8 crucial areas. We haven't revealed them yet. So I want you to maybe guess what these areas are as a mother.
Go for it. Let's see.
I would say the first one for me would be free play. Also, मैं बोर हो रही हूँ या मैं बोर हो रहा हूँ is something that I can't cater for. And I'm just like, figure it out. Like,
So we want her to tell us all 8?
I wanted her to take the initial guess, and I
Initial
think
guess?
she's quite close.
Yeah.
Okay,
she
I
did.
have to say, looking at this area, staying close to nature would be one for me for sure. Social skills, mummy, papa, grandparents kind of thing. And
Spoiler
then-
alert, she's guessed a lot.
Oh really? I shouldn't then.
But that's fine.
I'm not. That's it. Like, and the thing is, and education for me, books. Books is great. Apart from that, try and stay gadget free. Iske alawa, I don't know how far to go.
So what we'll do here is that we will go through these 8 areas one by one. So we have our special guest joining us and introducing us to area number 1, and that is Deepika TC. She is the captain of T20 World Cup winning blind women's cricket team. Let's hear her out.
पहले नियम बहुत आसान है, बच्चे को खेलने दो। खेल कोई भी हो सकता है, बाहर, अंदर या बस मस्ती। ज़रूर इतना है, बच्चे को खेल पसंद हो। खेल बच्चों को बहुत सिखाते, फ्रेंडशिप सिखाते है, प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्यूशन ढूंढ सकते हैं, नया तरीका से सोचना सिखाते हैं। खेल बच्चे का डेवलपमेंट का सबसे आसान और मज़ेदार तरीका है। देखिए, खेलों ने हमारा ज़िंदगी कैसे बदल दी। कभी लोग कहते थे हम जैसे लड़कियां कुछ नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन आज मैं वर्ल्ड कप विनिंग कैप्टन हूँ। बच्चों को खेलने दो, क्योंकि बचपन इज ग्रेट।
What a lovely message. Now this is the sign of 8, and of course we have Deepika with us who will explain what the idea behind it was and also the idea and concept behind Bachpan is Great.
Bachpan is Great came out of a very simple realization that very often we find that if a message has to reach the caring adult, whether it's a parent or a teacher or whatever, there are certain things which come out quite instinctively in the way we engage with children. But Bachpan is Great, we felt, is a framing through which we can invite adults to see growth so that you recognize it, right? You see and value it. So Bachpan is Great is about, it's an invitation to every caring adult to see, observe, engage and recognize different aspects of childhood and celebrate it.
Yeah, that's a great thought.
That's the simple point of it.
And also like how Deepika was also, talking about play. And, when you see your kids play, what is one thing that you observe there?
Actually, Arun, I want to say that the only time I observe my children the most is when they're doing play, because, a lot of times when they're doing that play is when we get to learn so much more from them, because I could look at something entirely differently,
Yeah.
and then my child could be like, you know, if I see, say, sometimes they get more fascinated by the box than the actual toy. So, you know, that's what play is all about. Like, you know, then they go for that. And in my head, I thought, like, you know, I was scoring brownie points here by kind of getting them the right toy. Or, for instance, you know, when they're kind of in a setup which is actually teaching them, and it may somewhere confine them to a box. Ki, idhar hi raho, ye karo, aise karo. But if you just let them be, there's so much. Their minds are just like, you know, it's a bottomless pit of creativity.
We'll also walk the talk here.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think we should move on to area number 2. And I would want Neha only to introduce us to our second area.
So the second one, of course, is social bonding, something that I truly believe in as a parent now, because I come from a nuclear family. For me, it's just pure joy when I see, you know, our son and our daughter with, of course, their grandparents, and that's when they really learn, you know, those warm fuzzy hugs, just keeping it compatible, the fact they just understand and pick values from different people, which enables them to, you know, just be more confident, just enables them to, you know, learn and understand things, yeah, which I'd like to actually call the ABC of raising children. A for adaptability, B for bonding, and C for confidence. And that's why social bonding is so important. And always remember, Bachpan is great.
That's a lovely insight, Neha. If I may ask you another question, what do you see them picking from their grandparents?
I mean, of course, the fact that, you know, they know that that's their safety net when it comes to family, and where they can, you know, form bonds, but of a different kind. I think the one thing that my children or our children pick from the grandparents, of course, is language, because, you know, we are from Punjab, and then sometimes, yeah. So then I just feel like that's such an important input, or like, you know, just teaching them how to do part at night before going to bed. And it's these are things that, or storytelling, or just like, you know, learning through stories that, you know, sometimes we read, but I don't know how grandparents just have this, you know, they have this kind of sea of stories that they just come or build up. Or my dad plays the mouth organ really well, and the dholak, so the kids keep seeing that. They think that they're really, really good, and we kind of cheer them on every time. So, you know, things that they know that these are the areas that belong to the grandparents.
Yeah, and these are just not like stories. You know, they learn rhythm, they learn culture, so many other
Honestly,
things.
I think the focus is on the idea of the relationship that gets built by doing things together.
Yeah.
Yes.
It actually doesn't matter what it is. This connection of whether it's with another friend or a sibling or a grandparent, doing things together is where the relationship builds.
And now let's move on to our area number 3 and 4. And for that, we are joined by Swati Popat-Vats, President, Podar Education Network.
The next 2 areas are all-round skills and education. All-round skills are also something that people call life skills, something that children do everyday chores in their house, picking up clothes, folding them, cutting vegetables, looking after people when they need help, or being there in all these activities, picking up their toys. This helps them develop their motor skills, their memory skills, their emotional skills, and also their socio-emotional skills. It's all about children learning by doing. And we see this so often in our preschools, where children are connecting the dots of learning. And that's where we come to education. Education is not just about information. Education is about learning from the environment, learning through play, learning about with curiosity, learning with logic, learning about the environment on their own and connecting the dots. All-round skills and education. That's what makes Bachpan great.
Bachpan is great indeed. You know, Deepika, when we were discussing this entire show yesterday, what stayed with me from our conversation was that, you know, to learn how to learn, you need all these things, right?
That's right.
So if you can also give us...
Yeah, I want to elaborate a
insight into
little
that,
bit
yeah.
on that. I don't think we when we think of learning, we think of it in very formal structures.
Yeah.
But the invitation today, the way our policy is set up and where the intent of both policy and schools and systems are focused on actually building foundations for learning. And the elements of Bachpan is Great actually builds those foundations. Playing is the language of childhood. It's the learning language of childhood. So things like social bonding, all of these are the foundations on which learning is built. How to collaborate with somebody, how to create something with somebody, how to resolve a conflict, how to work with people of different ages.
Yeah, and as we speak, we've entered these amazing experiences which have been created by different artists. Since we're talking about, learning by doing, what would be your mother insight into this, or an example? How do they learn by doing?
I fully agree with you. Like, there's learn in play, and I also feel there should be play in learn.
Absolutely.
And, like for us, little things like from the beginning, like my mom told me कि वो baby chair पे उसको बिठाना है बच्चे को तो पूरा time you don't have to keep eating, like just let them make a mess. While making a mess, they'll know that the action to eat is this. That's how they learn as early as that. And then going forward, once they learn how to eat, they just chores like picking up your plate or putting it in the kitchen. Or like this morning, my son is 4 and he used to before this wear the Velcro shoes. And I finally learned how to tie the lace. You should have seen his face because he did one knot, he did that, and then he did another knot, and we all were like, and he looked up and he's all grown up. He's a little man because he knows how to tie his shoelaces and he figured it out.
Lovely. And now to move on to our next area, we have a very creative guest. Here we go.
All right, let's talk about creativity. For us adults, it's about being good at something, whether it's art, poetry, pottery, crafts. But for kids, it's pure magic. It's their innate ability to look at the world and imagine possibilities that are not there, that we can't see. It's about how they look at a cardboard and they turn it into a safe spaceship. It's about how a carpet becomes an ocean they can go deep into. But how do we get them there? It's simple. We have to let them sing off key. We have to get them messy with paints. We have to let them make noise. And it's not all noise and mess. It's all turning towards letting them build skills like focus, coordination, that is going to help them serve well in the future. Honestly, if we let the children express themselves with music, poetry, art, craft, whatever they wish to, we are raising children where they can imagine possibilities where none exist. With creativity, Bachpan is great.
Neha, since we are on creativity, really wanted to get your insight about how your kids get creative on like day-to-day basis.
Just this, Arun, just doing this. Like if they see people coming together or they see little kids coming together, just like how they can form like, they don't even need more than anything. None of these children actually need the lead. They just need the material, the tools, sometimes not even that. You can get creative with sticks and stones. Whoever came up with gulli danda, whatever, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's just incredible how much our children can do and how creative they can get. I just feel like everything needs to be appreciated. And at that age, if you don't encourage and appreciate, that's when you're curbing their creativity.
Deepika, you have anything to add?
Yes, but the thing about creativity is it shows itself in various ways, shapes and forms. We have a tendency to think of it as art sometimes. We have a tendency to think of it as music sometimes. And very often it's just children with words and expressions and the way they tell stories. They express themselves in many different ways. So giving space for all of that is essentially what perhaps we need to do, or we can enable, and it's not that hard, no Neha?
I fully agree.
Right. We also hear lullaby session
Lullaby.
going on. So that brings us to our next area. And to introduce that, we have a well-known author of books for children, Paru Anand.
The next area is stories. When we tell a child a story, we're actually opening the door to whole new worlds to them. Whether it's a bedtime story, whether it's a story that they've heard 50 times before, you are connecting them. It's more than a simple conversation. You're telling them about the world that surrounds them. And that's why I started telling stories and writing stories, because the world are stories. Through stories, children don't just grow their vocabulary, the usual things, but it's so much more. Because, yes, they're hearing languages, but they are experiencing things that they haven't yet. So, we're not just teaching a child to read when we're reading to them, we're teaching them to understand and imagine and connect and also prepare for the world that's ahead of them. So with stories, Bachpan is great, great and great.
Stories, a medium where you can actually give wings to your imagination. And now we are entering a pop-up library. And we're talking about stories and kids. What kind of stories your kids tell you?
My son is fascinating with the book. Actually, he's 4, and I mean he's not currently in a position to kind of read big sentences. He opens the book and then I'll be like, Gurik, come on, let Mama read this. So he'll be like, I know, I tell you. Now listen to me. I tell you. And then he just sees those pictures, and then he'll go on. And my daughter is 7, so now she can read, and she gets so frustrated with him because she'll be like pulling the book and then be like, no, but I will tell you. And then his interpretation, just looking at those pictures, is so beautiful. And then he has our attention, and we're just listening to him.
Move on to our next area, but while our guest is introducing us to our next area, I think we should head out in nature.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nature is the best classroom any student ever can have. Unstructured playtime in nature is the foundation to build curiosity, creativity, and imagination. Using nature as sensory playground, when children observe a butterfly hopping from one flower to another flower, a bird building its nest, it's a pure joy to observe. When children are given the opportunity to explore their surrounding with full freedom, they stop seeing nature as something separate. They start seeing nature and them as one, where they are living and being integral part of each other. This is the basic deep connection and foundation of what we do. In the end, I would like to say, Bachpan is great.
A lot of parents, also focus on giving their kids safe environment, and sometimes, getting dirty, falling sick doesn't come under that. So, what are your thoughts?
No, like I'm just the opposite, I'm just like, karo, and it's like these are the fears that we put. I grew up in a Fauji home, so we had these, beautiful kind of bungalows that we grew up in, lots of garden space and things like that. But वहाँ पे invariably, कभी frogs आ जाते थे, कभी चिपकली आ जाती है, कभी कुछ. So it's like my parents, I never saw them saying, oh, chipkali, or so for me, like now when I see a lizard, I think that okay, maybe you need to be scared of it, maybe you don't. So like I feel like these fears are things that we put in our kids.
Nature is also a great teacher as well,
Nature is all around us in all shapes and forms. In urban India, it might come in the form of lizards and spiders and cockroaches sometimes. But when you go out, different shapes of leaves, what creepy crawlies are going under, and what children can see at their height, this height, and what we can see at this height is very different.
And that brings us to our last area. And for that, we have Rohini Nilekani, co-founder and director, Ek Step Foundation.
Have you observed a child being quiet? Sometimes if you leave them alone, a child will just lie down on a bed or sit under a tree or be at a window or just sit on the floor gazing like this. That's their quiet time. In that quiet time, they're actually building out their imagination. They are restocking their energies. They're finding creativity. They are just being. And we don't allow them enough time to just be. So for me, I think quiet time is really important in a child's life. And I think quiet time together with a parent or a grandparent is even more precious in today's busy world. Give them the space and the permission to be quiet and to be still. Because in stillness, there is a lot of depth and a lot of creativity. A big message to all of you as we do this work at Ek Step for Bachpan Manao. We are saying Bachpan is Great.
I think art of doing nothing is quite underrated, and as SRK also once said, "जो कुछ नहीं करते वो कमाल करते हैं." So sometimes it's important to not do anything.
Yeah.
So quiet time is important, I think, for kids.
Yeah, I think so too. And I feel like, as parents, we shouldn't battle it. कि वो अब मेरा बच्चा free है तो अब क्या करें? Let's get more activities, or let's do this, or burden that child with more classes. I feel like it is so important.
I think it's very
Quiet
crucial
time
at
is
this
like-
time. Yeah?
Absolutely. I don't think we necessarily value quiet time for children.
Yeah, especially in this digital age.
It is, that's part of it in this digital age, and also the tendency to think that children are only learning when they're doing something.
And as we speak, there's a lullaby session again, and I feel like dozing off. So I think it's a perfect time to wrap this conversation as well. So, I'll take you guys through all the 8 areas. Of course, number 1 is play, then there is social bonding, then there is all-round skills.
There's education, creativity, and stories.
And then, of course, my favorite one, nature and quiet time.
So all these 8 areas need to be nurtured and celebrated. Of course, important for children, but also for caring adults. We've actually loved this entire conversation, and we would love to end this, of course, with our special sign of 8. Bachpan is great.
क्योंकि